You mean when they hadn't just shown pose free?
Nuke ban on Villa, very common.
They could do this.
Could be a little.
I'm not sure that that's going to be
Hibana ace ban. Could be a.
Definitely not the right
Could be a
time.
Thatcher.
Did you let them book one earlier?
Could be
Have you
a.
noticed who's just been banned?
Yeah, that's why I knew you'd said it. Yeah, I did
Sledge.
know that, don't worry. I'm not thinking you said it out the blue.
I don't want people sat at home going, "Cast
That's the
this all
second
in
sledge ban in 2 weeks that we've seen.
What other operators are there with good names that can fit into this sort of thing? Ace is always one,
Interesting.
but
It happened on
you're
Clubhouse
The
when
problem with
G2
this
played.
is, it gets very confusing for me sometimes.
Sledge was banned there, so you played Buck
A couple of
instead.
times on Twitter, a few people
Basically, you
said,
lose 2 grenades every round by banning Sledge. So it kind of changes your lineup a bit.
No, it's not me.
Someone goes, oh, there's such a
Mira?
good and they're like, who's imitating? Oh, hang on a minute, it's about the operator. Oh, I see.
Mira.
Underway here by NaVi as well, alongside the Sledge. Two quite interesting bands coming
Nuke is very good because of staircase, Zambi.
Well, Mira,
And the
that one
basement.
definitely expected.
Because the way that, you know, the way Villa is basically like staircase at the end of the map, that's like Astro, staircase middle of the map, and staircase at the front of the map. So you have all these 3 staircases that lead to very important positions on the map. And you also have an entire basement in the very, very bottom. You can just like utilize to get there. And Villa is a very big map. You cannot hold both library and bomb site and top main. You have to choose 2 areas to care about. For example, Thunder and Blackbeard. Let's say you're playing AVG defense. You care about this area, and then you extend to master bedroom to slow them down, right? That red staircase area with Nuke on the board is a big question mark. Then you gotta get some barbed wires, some beat boops, because Valkyrie cameras don't work, Yokai drones don't work, they can't see her. So it's a big like question mark as to where she might be, where she might be coming from. They have no wall deny, so 90 walls should be just like forced open.
And it feels like Yak has got at least a sniff here that is hanging around on red down below. Of course, no C4 on side, but ideally want to catch on to him. And think about teams he's already seen.
He should know he's close then. They're red.
Catching onto pinches of other players.
Yeah, that should be free. Alright, they kind of need to collapse on Jaeger here. Alright, thankfully Yak wins the gunfight. Bit messy, bit messy.
Yes, but still gets them a
Where's Hibana? Where's 90 wall? Is it open? No, 18 pellets left. Haven't opened it yet. Hibana's droning in concrete. It's time to go, my guy.
Use one of the Gemini decoys just to take out the Aruni laser gate, and that is going to leave
laser
us
gates.
with a position where they can start thinking about getting in through the map's door. We're going to have Nath working underneath with the vertical.
Wait, Hibana's not going to beat 90?
No, sorry, it wasn't.
Not even a little bit?
Skiddy underneath working on those vertical nails. They need that shield clear.
Not even a little bit, huh? Kayak has to go and study balcony repel here, and then you can start executing, not before. You need wait, Nate, wait for study guy.
I mean, I won't lie, this is looking really messy at the moment for NaVi.
There we go, study guys are there. See, if 90 wall was open, they could deny these positions from the breach. Shaiko can win the round here. If he talks and waits... Oh, he doesn't see him! Oh, he doesn't see him! Wow, the toxic smoke.
A 3k! A walk-in 3k for Nath. Far too easy.
A great round from NaVi towards
It's unlucky for Shaiko. He actually did see his head with the outline, but just hard to like Loki where he is, I guess. There's like BDS playstyles outdated. Yeah, BDS are not really innovating a whole lot. That's why I've been saying that I think they should change their IGL, which has been historically a limsh or a lim. Because by changing the IGL, they will naturally be they will have to innovate, you know, and change stuff up. G2 did not win earlier. They lost 7-4 or 4-7 on Skyscraper to Minim. Tastes better. What's up, dog? Okay, dude. Look at this value. Oh, I didn't get the ADSs. Oh. Got the magnet shield though. That's okay.
It's gonna do at least part of its job there. There'll be a second.
Here you go, ADSs. Where are you going? Ah, where are you going? Ah! You got it. You got it.
Shaiko says, no, you're not having them. I'm gonna take them out.
You don't get points, they're mine.
So, are BDS doing the exact same strat again? With no adaptation? What do they think is gonna change? Like, what's gonna go differently? They give up so much of the map so fast. Then Shaiko swings so low. Huh? What are they doing? The exact same thing's gonna happen twice now. They have 2 guys study balcony, then you walk in, you start planting, you got 50 seconds, 3 toxic babes and 1 yokai. And you have to win based off that.
But Skiddy's going to double down. He's going to find one onto Ren Shiro, and that now leaves us in a 5 versus 3. And once again,
Like, what do they
BDS
expect to happen here? Plant goes down. Toxic babe missed. Second one hit. Did some good damage. Only 1 left though. Knave can plant and die. Second guy takes in. Yokai drone could win the round here. This could be a yokai angle. No joke. Oh, no. Now it has to be a yokai angle. Yeah, see, that last toxic babe had gone through. They might have won the round based off the yokai. No joke. Ooh. Ooh. He shot the Aruni gate. What an absolute fucking maniac. And he successfully hit it too. That's kind of nasty. Because like the guy who planted would die if he ran through it because he was 1 HP on Nath. So like that could have been a crazy thing to happen. Oh my god, Soto, please no, please leave. I still think they gotta roam. Like again, like when you play Villa, you always have to extend. Like if you're playing trophy statue, either extend down below vertically in kitchen or extend horizontally over into study top main. Kill a few drones, fall back, etc. I mean, you got the nuke ban that you did yourself, so you don't have to fear the nuke being an issue. Just like randomly catching people on rotation. You can't just play the side on Villa. Like the side itself is not that strong these days. Especially not like playing actual bomb denier C4 or verticality or anything else. They're fighting for Astro here, which is surprising. Because they didn't really play it before.
BDS again, just looking to hold on. We've got a man underneath for NaVi.
Valk's always good. Always.
I don't know if Rafal is still playing downstairs.
Valkyrie is like
so
S tier, you know.
Still underneath at the minute. He will likely have shotguns, so can still impact from underneath. Not in a literal sense, as the nitro is gone, but he will.
So Navi is stopping their entire attack. I'm not sure why. They still got pellets. They got no EMPs. I guess they rotated. Okay.
I
don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. The sprint into the crossfire and fight the guy on the staircase. I feel like you're better off fighting the guy on the rotate, and then the rappel guy holds the staircase somewhat. Look at this crossfire between Lemish and Rafa. Yep. Pretty well played. Kind of like BDS getting around because Navi played bad, but still they got the round. Technically that's all that matters. Kabutow was supposed to be a healing operator when he first came out, I believe. Like healing darts or whatever. But it got changed. Something like that, I believe. Capcan's played sometimes, yeah. Yep, have fun fighting a Think LMG Renjiro. Have fun. Very, very balanced gameplay. Prep C4, this is how you do it. You prep a C4 with the first guy, pulls calls for him. Then you can do that now with Lemsh too, and the last C4 to go out is going to be Raphael's own pull C4. It's like good value. That's us at the balcony, you can't C4 that.
Leaving us now in a 5 versus 3. It's going to be up to Shaco, Breeder, and Rafal inside of sight to try and hold on.
I lost the Lemsh C4. Bit of value lost there. Missed the second C4.
Just feel like I don't want to say they're all doing their own thing here, but the 3 members of BDS are all holding off different angles and looking to do different things here rather than.
Navi's playing it nice and slow. They're gonna set up. Ideally, they'd want to get a breach on Laundry, but don't need it that badly. The Lion guy got nerfed, Soto. He's still in the game, but he's not. He's like Jackal or Alibi pings. You don't get like your entire outline messed up.
Down
That
goes
guy
another,
was
and Shaiko's
ridiculous,
gotta hold
man.
on, but he's got 5 HP.
Alright, Shaiko,
Saying
it's time
this,
to
got
run.
with a dream and a prayer here,
Take a
it's
tactical
bit more
timeout
than
here.
it
Just talk about the
requires.
game.
In reality, yes, Rafal still alive at the minute, down but not out, will be finished off. Important to do so. You don't want to chase those kills, but whilst Rafal's alive, he is providing intel, he is providing information.
What a huge flank. The door's closed. Huge flank.
Best to put him down. Yak is going to find that diffuser, gets it down and activated. Shaiko
Flawless
shot down
round.
by Blur, and that is going to be NaVi.
So, I mean, after 7 years, it's like probably not gonna happen now, and it probably shouldn't happen now. But there is a big debate about scopes having too much value and too big of a balancing impact, so to speak. And them is dead.
They're like liquid here, right? When
In the
BDS
first
leaving a
20
gap, they're
seconds,
rushing into
peek the
play.
window,
When
sprinting.
BDS are trying to fill that gap,
But at the same time,
I don't know. I'm down for
anything
Siege
going
and
if you've
Ubisoft
got,
trying to
you know,
make some
how do you-
crazy
how do you
changes.
up
I'm
that
all
tempo?
for it.
How do you know,
I'm
put
all
a bit
for
of
it.
energy into your team, get a bit of spark going. You know, it takes a risk sometimes, and sometimes that siege timing will just be against you. And for Lems, it
Against
just
you.
happens that somebody's having a look at that window. Thunder's there, he's ready as that peak comes in. And for right now, for NaVi, they need to keep playing aggressively. They just need to keep up in BDS's face because everything just seems to be working in their favour at the minute.
big time. I look back to
Alright, that's gonna be a
teams
nade,
like Riot
right?
and Wolves
Skitty
earlier
can
who
go
were
below.
playing
Use
the
that
players
last
on their
nade.
own, they'd always
Oh,
have a
Blur's
teammate
there.
nearby they could fall back to and play as a pairing. That was very isolated. And
A good
admittedly,
nade.
Vigil is a selfish operator. Everyone says it all the time.
Timed,
not really
almost-
a team contributing operator.
almost
Often his own
bad,
thing,
but
his character
perfect.
doesn't help
Gotta get
anyone
kills.
except himself. You've got to be getting kills. Absolutely that. Tim and Lem so far.
Also, Thunder has 90 control.
Most of the team haven't.
NaVi can
Shaiko,
push
1
up
of
here.
3 so far.
Oh,
And
bathroom
Measure
jump
far out
out.
the
That's
window.
not
So
good.
again, I like that we're seeing that aggression. I remember
You
seeing
could
back
press
on
that go
Cafe,
button now.
which is
Play
where
that
Al
4
Williams
versus
goes
3 on
down,
site. 4 versus 2, 4 versus 1 actually, as Rafael's
Elsewhere,
roaming
2
still.
kills will come back in towards
So it's just
NaVi.
Brede
That
with
makes
Toxic
it really
Babes.
easy to
Rafael's probably gonna go up
Beautiful
red
from
stairs
Blur.
here. Yep.
Absolutely beautiful. Just holding that tiny little pixel. Shaiko's head comes across. The reflexes are there and just hits his shot because his crosshair placement is just so good.
A
At
Rookie
that
of the
point,
Stage
Brede,
award would
he's
really
gonna be trying to
pog. There is a
hold
Rookie of the
on
Stage
inside
award.
side here. Rafael
Pambasu
does
won
make
it
his way
last
back
year.
up the red
Whatever
stairs. He's gonna be
stage
pushing
in NA.
into 90
No?
corridor. He's going to be shut down. Simple as that.
Again.
As you said, NaVi are just good.
Why,
They're
Brede?
on top of everything.
Good
Yeah,
luck.
he might push 90 corridor. We've got
No mind.
on an upside down rappel.
Why
It's
is Brede
absolutely
playing like
fine.
this?
They've
What's
got
happening?
Every avenue, every angle is covered right
Brede
now
is
by
literally
NaVi. They
AFK.
are smothering BDS.
What's
It's one
happening?
of those that probably 2 played.
Move
You have so much
directly
space to fit
into
stuff.
Study may well find BDS member at the top of those red stairs with an opportunity to have a little gunfight if he's patient enough. There has been people moving around that area. They're a little
So
bit
BDS, let me
got
guess.
themselves back into
They're not contesting the roam game at all.
where you can
They're
see
all
the
sitting on
side
site with like one guy below.
deeper into
They got no
side.
info operator.
NaVi staying
They don't have
patient.
C4 and Kite because they need barbed wire.
They've got themselves kills. They are on
It's
top of
so
things here, but they're not
passive.
getting carried away with it. They're still, you know, covering off the fundamentals, making sure that all boxes are ticked before they get aggressive.
Like I said to you earlier on, like it's like liquid around BDS, right? They just let BDS fill whatever space they want, and then NaVi just play around the perimeter of that very sensibly. And here they're taking it by the book, right? They're getting these air jabs down to make sure no one can push out on.
Okay, so the one thing I don't like here is that Nave is master battle with diffuser.
My only concern is Rafael's
Not a
down
fan of
stairs
that.
like he has been before. They know
Not a
exactly what
fan,
NaVi are
because
trying
you
to
can
do.
just
So
walk
he
in
is
top red
taking
and
his strength
plant
when
with
he goes
Osa.
outside. They know where
If
the
you
pressure
die
is
here, you
going,
lose
so
Osa
they'll
and you
be
lose
able to respond
diffuser.
to that.
Renshiro gets blurred
Yak
towards
should go here with
the
Ibana.
good start
He should
from
go there
BDS.
without
Only the
diffuser.
second time that
That way
they'll
he can
be
breach the
able to
wall
get
too.
that entry kill. Will it be the second round that they're able to win? They really need to double down on this. They've got Shaiko playing aggressive up inside a mask. Look at him right on the windows there. He's just daring somebody to come
Okay.
and have a look, but Nath takes the dare and he
Yak
goes
is there
down,
droning
gets
for
it
him.
done. The yellow ping,
I mean,
as
they
you
could
say,
plant
Jordan,
concrete, I
Shaiko
guess.
is located there.
Yak
It's an
holds the
easy
flank,
gunfire.
walking concrete,
Anything
start
from
planting,
BDS
could
that
work
gives away a
actually.
little bit of the advantage that they'd built.
It's a bit
But look at
different.
the time, 40 seconds
You can't
on
really
to go,
cover
and
trophy,
not
but
maybe enough
you might
progress
need to.
from NaVi.
You can't get
They're
C4 from
still
below,
trying to get
yeah.
themselves established
That is the
inside
angle.
site, but
I like
Nate,
this.
he pushes in with the shield and he's going to try to get the
I like
diffuser
this
down.
actually.
It's not been cleared away by the impact.
You can cover this passively as well. Impact comes out, yep. I did fear that. 2 impacts. That's why I said you can't cover trophy. That's what I meant. You can't cover trophy. 2 impacts was left from Renshiro, and 1 was all they needed. Curious if Nate had smoke grenades left. He had 1 left, it says.
Sees the man, but Alems hits the shot. BDS
Let's do some researching again.
Very impressive showing.
It was a big ask for
Pro
Thunder at the
League.
end there. He certainly gave it a good effort.
Siege.
But Brede made the
Pro
play.
League.
You
He
gotta
must have
make
had
the
one
play,
smoke
or
left,
the
no?
play makes you, Des, as Demo likes to say. And that was very, very true there. Brede taking a risk, stepping himself up into statuary, able to find
Yep.
that angle.
One
onto the
smoke
Oscar
grenade
Dave.
left in his
There was some
pocket.
Explosives came in just in time to take that shield.
Could
out
have
as well.
smoked
The
here
cover
deep.
from
It
statuary
does kind of fuck your
wasn't
cover. Maybe
sufficient
we can
to
like
hold
walk in
Brede
as well. I don't know.
off, and all combined
I
just
don't know.
got Nath off that plant. Honestly, if that diffuser goes down,
Because look at the timing.
I agree. Yes, completely agree. Yeah, it was.
It's like 1
I
second
don't wanna say
left.
fortunate timing, but it was good timing on BDS to respond. the
1
way that they did.
second.
You could see that Brede was really
different.
So they're
But
flying me
first
in
Toxic Babe canister
in,
will go out. Two still
in 2
pocket
weeks.
for Thunder, so about another 20 seconds or so that he can deny, maybe slightly longer. He's
Oh,
going
the
to try to hold
timing.
on to them for as long as possible, but that is a good step from NaVi, from BDS rather. Getting that vault wall open just prevents the rotation from site to site.
They are so terrified about a flank coming up here as well. They're just
It's a bad travel because like it's long. Let's Google it. Vegas to Denmark flight. It's like 18 hours or something.
Might do a little bit of a chunk of damage. In fact, no, back in
Either it's 14 to 17 hours. Yeah.
Thunder with that shotgun in hand is just daring them to come in
Oh
close.
boy.
Just waiting for the angle that could potentially
I gotta buy an iPad so I can watch TV shows on the flight.
Take a chunk of damage, 15 seconds left to go. BDS 5v4
Or something.
looking to get in and get the diffuser.
Brede's in. He's planting. No C4. Oh, Thunder's gonna fight against two LMGs with SMG11. Feels bad.
Is this the point where Shaco starts to turn things
You
around?
can rest
Maybe
here.
not. 2v2,
Play 2v2.
1v2 as we've got Thunder down at the minute. There could be an opportunity.
Oh, never mind.
No,
JK.
There is no chance to pick him up.
By the way, but like Shaiko swinging down towards
The way they've been doing groups of majors hasn't been based off seeding either. They just take teams from regions. I feel like seeding should matter, but at the same time,
just a bit more restraint.
I don't know.
Play
Good
would be
nade.
absolutely wonderful. Nade going
Oh,
down,
beautiful
really
fucking
onto
nade.
Nade as he comes up from below. Shaiko tries to step forward, but he's stepping in completely blind there, very isolated. And I compare BDS to that other
yeah, I
top
really
teams
don't
on
want
the
3
road
LATAM teams in one group.
and how they're coordinating
Like, there's
team
4
play.
regions.
And
There's
some
4
of these
groups,
executions
right?
feel so messy.
Take one team from each region into every group. No double LATAM, double NA, double EU bullshit, please. Please. Rafael? You don't gotta take fall damage here, my guy. You don't gotta.
Finding a beauty onto Thunder. They know that there's one at the bottom of Astro stairs as well. Yak is going to make his way back to the red stairs.
That was like a third of his health or like a fourth of his health. That's a lot of damage. It won't matter. But still. Maybe it will matter. Play passive here. The plan goes down no matter what here. So even if he wins this gunfight, Brede gets the 1v1. He used to be 1 EU, 2 NA, 3 BR, Apex 4, something like that, yeah.
They're acknowledging, okay, the plant's going down. I said this earlier on. When that man's holding down F, you
Top 5 support players.
So he knows in that gunfight
Alright.
it's a 1 versus 1. He wins
Brede,
that. Brede's got no choice
Shepherd,
but to pop the diffuser and take
Nello.
against you as well. If you wait and let that diffuser go down, Brede pulls back out and towards Master.
I'm just doing
Falcon,
EU
Shiro
right
takes a
now.
tight angle. You're basically screwed then trying to push in against 2 players. So I don't
What else is on
Yak
there?
for going for that play was sort of forced to there. Damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Souls? I'm doing an EU list because I'm watching UL.
4 on the bounce now they've won.
4 in a row. It was 4-1 to NaVi. Let's not forget. So you start asking.
Goga's not in UL.
of NaVi now. What is?
He's in
What's your
National League in
perseverance
Spain.
like? What's your resilience like? How are you able to keep fighting back from this? You've lost round after round. You're now behind. It's the first
don't
time
know.
that we've seen BDS ahead in this game. They didn't take the first round and they were behind.
Am I
ever since.
like
Now
blanking on
the
EU
attack,
players?
find
Like, what's
themselves
happening?
unbeaten and ahead. If they get this one,
Brede. Oh, Shepard's not in UL either, technically speaking, so I can't do I can't do Shepard. The fuck, man? The fuck? This sucks. Very Shinka put on there, huh?
No matter which way you look at it, we
Wolves.
can sit here and say all BDS quite peak heavy, not 100% playing as a team at every single opportunity they get, having to kind of
Shinka's
struggle
popping off
their
right
way
now.
through.
Shinka's stonks are pretty good right now.
On the board, and maybe that's the opponents they're against. I don't know what
Would
it
I
might
say
be,
Virtue's
but
a support?
whichever
No.
way you look at it, they are in a spot here to be able to potentially
Virtue is a little bit
from,
undefined. Really just kind of flex as well.
Being 4-1 down to now being 5-4. BDS was on a drone at his feet as well, but then stopped once he got to the door and left the Lems to sort of do his...
We got aim as well, 54. Not quite as big, but pretty big indeed. Good C4 from Nath. That's gonna slow down the attack inside with a second swing from Thunder as well, evening back those numbers in their favor. Pretty good.
There's a lot of work to be done here from BDS. 3 versus 4.
3-4.
10 seconds left to go.
Yeah, no time. Wow. MPX beats the ARX. That's crazy. That's crazy. I didn't see Heroic Secret today, Celius. I came home right when they ended.
Tim, do you remember on the playground when we were younger?
BDS are close though as well, yes. BDS is weird. Because sometimes BDS are so fast. And then sometimes they're so slow. Yeah, Skitty's been pretty good, Millis. Skitty's been pretty solid, to be honest. Not amazing, but pretty solid.
I feel like
pretty solid.
BDS have just played that in that round without any threat of red light. They were kind of like
library. Also, BDS is struggling, right? Shaco's 5 and 8. There's like a direct correlation that when Shaco doesn't go pew pew, BDS doesn't look like that good of a team. Because in BDS, they played on Cafe, when they played on Clubhouse, like I think last playday, Shaco would just casually just walk in and get like 3 kills or an ace even one time. And it's like when that happens, BDS it looks so scary. But when it doesn't happen, there's like nothing else really making up for that missing. And it just looked really poor.
A little bit too slow, and I don't want to say control because control is a good thing to be. It's good to be controlled, but a little bit too
yeah,
slow,
Wolves are pretty fast.
Conservative maybe is a better word. And again, I'd like to see them let the
like Wolf, they have slow rounds, but they can also go really fast.
And let him march forward. Let him take the 1v1 against Nath off the back of that information. Yet you're leaving him to do it entirely by himself. Nath is getting a free C4, and you're asking questions. Okay, now what, boys? You've got to control downstairs. You've got to push in towards site with 20 seconds to go.
I think BDS is below average team has been for the last year and a half. I don't think that's a wild take. If you look at BDS's roster, they have one of the strongest rosters player for player value out there in the world. Like very high value roster, right? Could they have gotten Blaz or Mowgli or like something like that, P4? They should have probably tried to get them. Possibly. They didn't. BDS is probably the best team to have never won anything. Ever. I think. Because they should be so much better than they are. They should be. Big player base for R6. Player base is not small, but it's not big. It's like slowly decreasing.
Others around him also putting up good numbers, but when Nathan sprung up, you've known he's there.
BDS did get a coach. BIOS. I thought that was gonna change things as well, but oh my god, no.
Unlucky, I guess. Rafal being here on the Amara as well. Like normally for this side,
oh my god.
Below. So getting control downstairs is kind of port number 1.
He's trolling.
Looking to get down there as well and challenge you.
I mean, it looked like it was gonna work for a moment, you know, but Rafal with Amara and oh, where's the hatch, Rafal? Where's the hatch? Where's the hatch, Rafal? There it is. That's the fuser. If he dies here to Skitty, that's the round over. Like that's really bad. This is gonna be up the hatch, plant in the corner kind of vibe on the left hand side here. Yeah.
Like I say, they're just kind of taking a step forward, pause, time and time again, back on drones.
Oh, Skitty. You could be a hero, son. All you gotta do is swing at the right time.
Clearly they know what the game plan is here, and they've got that vertical angle. They should know there's a player there. Can't quite hit him though as Lems takes a couple of shots, and you saw him barking commands there to his team.
They're about to go.
As they understand exactly what's going on.
They're about to go. Look at the timing. Look at the timing. Ah! It's perfect. Now the fuser's in the basement. You're fucked. You're absolutely fucked. The round is over. It doesn't matter if they get these kills. It doesn't matter. They gotta go in the basement, run all the way back upstairs, and then plant.
Finds himself 7 seconds, diffuser down in basement, maybe gets a third, does take chips off him, but there is no way that he comes back and wins this round.
That's tough.
Things off, but Skitty
That's
is
tough.
the man of the round there. there. Unbelievable patience on the Malusi, just waiting for his moment.
Good job,
Just the
Skitty. Good job.
conviction that he was
Prepared for something like this.
Why did Amaro have the diffuser? Because Amaro goes up the hatch. Essentially, how it works is, imagine this is a living bomb site, right? You got door from the hallway here. You got like where a limbs was. You got the hatch here, right? The only safe way into this bomb site is basically like smokes or Amaro, because you can get here and plant. There's vertical holes in vault here that sees all these lines of sight. So it's hard to get into the breach of the door. So Amaro goes in, hops up, plants over here. Post plant can be watched all the way from Astro Stairs basically. And from above as well. So it's like a safe and fast way into sight where the vertical boys don't see the entry point. Because it's hard to clear top floor, right? It's a lot of effort. So when Amari died in the basement diffuser, the round was over, because that was how they're gonna get in, and it was the diffuser itself.
It'd be interesting to know whether it is
Shag also died early, which probably wouldn't have mattered, but again, when Shag was dead, nothing really happens for BDS. Not quite. Amari's used like that for a couple of bomb sites.
I feel like you've seen it a million times as well. I remember, I think here NaVi
By
was
far.
like, we know what these boys do on this site. We've got our own whole
EMP.
floor, we know how to play it. Let's engineer
Bonk.
ourselves ready for that. And like you say,
Kite
I'll be
Claw
really
follow-up?
curious
No?
how they just knew
No,
that was
no
the
Kite Claw
expectation
follow-up.
and had a counter prepped and ready to go.
You can see NaVi just
Where's the breach?
continuing to contest this triple wall, not wanting to
What are they
give it
waiting
up,
for?
lose some pellets,
Or
some
EMP again,
quickly.
okay.
There's a player playing down there who's going to be shooting them off, just using explosives. You can see the next one being
Oh,
lined
they
up
got
there. He's
impact
got the-
tricked.
that's the
No, they
second.
didn't.
I don't think it was a
That was the first.
C4. I
Was that a
wanna say
C4?
I think it was Yak C4.
Yeah, it was
Very
C4.
possibly.
Yeah, it
Huh.
was, yeah.
Downstairs.
Okay.
I mean, that's a high cost to keep X-Caros
Wait, this
pellets
might just
off the
work. They
wall.
don't have one EMP left.
Them there are. There's
Oh, they got a
still
nade it now, I
10
guess.
there.
Well, my magnet. Oh, they're
They're gonna go over
fucked.
and get sucked up
They're
by
actually
those fire
fucked.
magnets, but there is still an
They gotta
impact
spin their
left on
last
Sniper
EMP,
as
but
well,
has one more
so
impact.
there's a possibility to
This sucks.
actually get rid of more
This
here.
sucks so bad if you're BDS.
Another one coming over the top here. Do they get rid of some more
Oh,
of those?
and now the Kite Claw's gonna activate. Watch.
That's
now the
something
Kite Claw's gonna
it's like
activate.
almost followed him, but you have to do that weird kind of like,
Right?
I don't know, shape. That's all I can really describe that.
Shooting
as.
Oh, they got one hole. There's a tiny hole. And now the Kite Claw's active.
Anyway, they've gone through nades, they've gone through EMPs. they've
Oh
gone
my
through
god.
everything, and they can't
Wait,
get
Navi
this ball
actually
open.
giga-brained this one. They spent 2 C4s and 2 impact grenades, and they destroyed all the Hibana pellets without dying from below. Because BDS are going for a full direct horizontal attack, not taking downstairs control. Please don't throw now. Oh, the timing! Ah! Don't swing, Yak! It doesn't matter. It shouldn't matter. This should be it. Navi destroys BDS somehow. Plantin. Double swing here. 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Step up. They get the kills. They close it out, and that is going to be a big win.
Yeah.
It just felt that entire half like Navi have seen this a million times before. Like, they just knew
That's
what
tough
to do in every single round.
for
And no matter what
BDS.
BDS threw at them, Navi were just ready. BDS played into their hands there. No issue at all on the Navi side. And I know it came close, but again,
No, Yak had a Red Bull fridge when he was in G2. Now he's got a bunch of monster boxes behind him instead. I just noticed. We went through this struggle of getting him a Red Bull fridge, and then now he has a sponsor. Now he's sponsored by Monster instead. That's funny. Damn. God damn. Navi wins 7-5 on Villa, and BDS looked like they're in shambles. Absolute shambles. They do not look very convincing, I will say.
They are. It's just
They
one of
do
those
not.
games that I look at and just think, oh boy, Navi just keep on throwing curveballs.